Hello, welcome everyone. Good evening. My name is Ning. I will be your host for tonight's Tempeh Ecopreneur sharing preview. And a very warm welcome to those of you that are new to our platform. We are Kongsi Academy, an umbrella under the Kongsi Co-op organization. So, a healthy social life is found only when, in the mirror of each soul, the whole community finds its reflection. And when, in the whole community, the virtue of each one is living. Thank you, everyone. So before we begin, I will do a quick introduction of who we are. Essentially, we are a community-owned enterprise cooperating to source for products and services that we want to see and meeting each other's basic needs, such as organic or biodynamic products or services. So this is a form of mutual aid that we give each other in service rather than profit. And we envision that we can connect people, soil, and nature so that we can co-create a harmonious ecosystem through our responsible and sustainable consumerism. Because through our money, we can vote for the kind of community that we want to live in. We can change through our every purchase. And essentially, Kongsi Co-op is founded on the foundation of having interests in others. So what does that mean, right? Having interest in others. Many of us, through this journey of learning about Kongsi also, and being part of this community, we learned that there's a lot of wisdom in it. That's why we have this huge this education platform called Kongsi Academy, which is essentially a lifelong education in human development. So some of the activities that we have at the moment in the upcoming months is sourdough bread making. So a lot of our activities are based on creating things, using our hands and reconnecting with our food. And so if you ever get the time off this Saturday, we still have a few more seats left on our sourdough bread making by Pantry, a sourdough vegan bread maker that has been doing really delicious bread for several years now. And she's very generous in the way she shares whatever knowledge she have. So if you want and know of anyone that is interested in learning a new skill, please don't hesitate to share this information to them. And also, we also look into life as well as death also. So recently we had a elderly care conference that passed last month, and now we're looking at giving life its meaning. So the wonders of pregnancy will begin next Monday. And essentially what we want to know more about is, other than this physical body that we have in giving birth, how can we have a better birth giving process that is also spiritual as well as bodily and mindfully confidence. So if you are interested, you can also check out our activity page in either Telegram or social media, IG and FB. And also, we also have these activities related to gardening as well as nature observation, because through understanding this outer world that we have, it also helps us to reflect into our inner world and understanding what goes on within ourselves. So a lifelong learning education in human development, right? It takes a lot of time to actually unlearn what we have, and then we learn things that actually uh, looks at a human in a more holistic manner. And the intention of Kongsi Academy is really that we envision that every family there will be a gardener, a ward of teacher, a nutritionist, a caregiver, as well as an economist. Why so, right? Because when we have a gardener in our community, then we can actually produce our own food. And education is such that it's so important of upbringing of a child. And that's why a teacher's role is much more than just teaching and transferring information. It's inspiring the next generation. A nutritionist role is really to transform all these food into something that is very edible and also nourishing for our soul. A caregiver, because we all grow old, so how can we take care of our community even better? And then an economist, because we are cooperative, right? We need to learn how to use our resources even better and more sustainably. So this is the envision that we have for all the communities around Malaysia. If we can have all of these roles in place, then at least we are taken care of. We can take care of each other and have interest in each other's well-being. So tonight, our sharing is a collaboration between Kongsi Academy as well as Rasa Masa. Rasa Masa, since its inception in 2020, they have been seeking out various ways to revive and share about the traditional culture of fermentation, because they believe that it is one of the most effective ways to actually connect people with healthy food for self-development. Moreover, they also saw this opportunity of turning the things that they love in doing ethical business and creative businesses that can bring joy to our community. So since the past 3 years during MCO, they've connected and conducted 4 other Tempeh Ecopreneur business trainings with the intention of connecting people with ethical businesses. And this round, they hope that they can support even better with the help of Kongsi Academy and the diverse and passionate tutors. So here you can understand that Rasa Masa in our Bahasa Malaysia language it means a taste of time. So it's really about reconnecting and reviving this culture of food and fermentation. And by innovating and making fermentation something fun and accessible for all families to have, because we are directly connected to nature, even in our own kitchen. And that's really the intention. And through the last 3 years or so, Rasa Masa has already inspired several artisans into doing and making tempeh into their home businesses. And why is it so important that we look at fermentation? Here, I think this quote really sums it up. The mastery of fermentation arts could also help us break the dependency of consumerism, rebuild our local food system, and also allows us to discover the pleasure and wonders of transformation. That is why we combined the tempeh, the art of making tempeh, as well as entrepreneur. But here we call this program Ecopreneur. And later on, you will find out why through our sharing through our tutors, as well as the intention behind these workshops. So upcoming next week, we will have a Start Your Tempeh journey with Agus Tempe, Tempeh Ecopreneur event. So here I will introduce you briefly of what we are going to do. And then we will invite our tutors to share with you this exciting upcoming events and journey. So on the 13th and 14th, next Wednesday and Thursday, we will have 2 days of purely hands-on tempeh making with several varieties of legumes or even local legumes from Indonesia brought over by our teachers. And they will be showing us how we can turn it into a very creative and delicious dishes. And also we will have 3 other teachers that will be sharing essential business skills that they have been through, done it, and then now they're sharing it with us. So ideally, this is a small group learning with at least 3 months of virtual support from the team. So we have our main teacher who will be sharing the making of tempeh. And then also we will have, our essential business skills teacher, starting from the left, Kelly. She's the co-founder of a pioneer organic retail brand back when the word organic was not at all common in Malaysia. And her passion is really so that every family can enjoy organic food. It should not be a luxury food only. And through fermentation, she also found a channel that we can reach out to more people, and then transforming more people's lives through their own kitchen table. So she will be sharing a bit about what Agus will be sharing next week, as well as her nutrition and life force workshop coming up on the 14th of October. Then followed by our Chong Siu Ho teacher. He will be sharing about associative economics, the basics of it, as well as essential business on Excel. This is something that we try to make it as easy to adopt as possible, so that you can spearhead your business as fast as you can. And also, Siho left his steady job so that he can co-create with Kongsi Co-op during the lockdown period last few years, because ultimately he has this vision that 100,000 families can and should enjoy an organic and sustainable way of living. So we hope that you'll be interested and intrigued to be working with him over the period of time. And also, last but not least, we have Cheng Yi. She actually owns her own, she's a freelance graphic designer. She actually barters her graphic design skills only with businesses that aligns with her earth-friendly beliefs. And we are very proud that she also has strong belief in us. Otherwise, she wouldn't be working with us, right? That, and also having this vision and creativity in bringing out the aestheticness and value of a business. So these are the tutors that we would like to introduce you to tonight. And I will first pass the ball over to Kelly.
Thanks, Ning. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, right? So, and I think I like to first, I will share the screen, and then the first thing that I like to share with you is my encounter with these two teachers of mine, my Tempeh masters. They have, they are from Indonesia, Pak Agus and Ibu Dwi. My first encounter with Tempeh was like, I think about around the year of 2016. Yeah, that's when I have been eating tempeh all the while since I started my plant-based diet, especially. And so tempeh has always been fascinating to me because it's so versatile, and it's so easy to prepare. Yeah, and of course, you will find out also that tempeh is very, very nutritious and beneficial for ourselves and for our family. The encounter with Agus and Ibu Dwi in 2020 was through an Indonesian friend whom I met in Malaysia. And through her, I have found out that there's this couple in Jakarta that is not only making tempeh, they are also making tempeh using local organic beans. So Pak Agus and his wife, Ibu Dwi, have been supporting local small-scale organic farmers from before even they started this their tempeh production business. And the main driver for them to start this cottage small-scale tempeh production business, and slowly has grown to a reasonable size, was mainly out of their drive to support the local beans grower. Yeah, so so this is actually a model that Kongsi Co-op is have envisioned, and Pak Agus and Ibu Dwi have been living it for many years before us, and that's hence the reason why we felt that it is the best person that we could have in order to bring this not only a tempeh making skill, but also the whole spirit, of this ecopreneurship. And we met together with a few friends, including Samantha. We went to Indonesia in Jakarta just before the MCO in Malaysia in January 2020. Yeah, and since then, as we promised to Pak Agus and Ibu Dwi, we will bring back this knowledge and what we have learned, all the practical that they have passed to us in 2 days in Jakarta, and that we will share this tempeh making skill with people around that we come across with in Malaysia and around the world. So and this time we are very, very, I think, very blessed that they could finally make a trip to Malaysia to continue with us, this tempeh making and sharing of tempeh DIY, and also the goodness of tempeh and the spirit behind tempeh making in Malaysia. And what's so special about their method of making tempeh, right? So before I met them, I've been making tempeh. Ever since came back from Jakarta, right? I've been following this method that they have taught us. It's called 2 steps fermentation process. It gave very, very different quality tempeh compared to the method that I have learned before. And the 2-step fermentation process is exactly what you will learn from him in the 2 days tempeh making class. Okay, so the step 1 is called lacto fermentation, and then the step 2 is mold fermentation. So it's a bit different from some of the method that you probably, if you are already making tempeh, so maybe it's something new to you. It was totally new to me, but ever since I discovered the method of a 2-step fermentation process, we have been experimenting and comparing the results, and we realized that this 2-step fermentation process is very close to what the kind of fermentation culture that we would like to promote in Kongsi Academy and Rasa Masa. That is slow fermentation and let time be the best ingredient. Yeah, so that means recognize that time is the best ingredient in this whole fermentation process. So this tempeh making process takes almost 4 days. Yeah, compared to other methods that is a lot shorter. But to me, I really enjoy that process of observing and going through this process of slow fermentation. And Agus will not only teach you how to use soybean to make tempeh, and he will also bring with him some of the local beans that can be grown in tropical country. And also he will also together with us, right, experiment with some of our local beans like velvet beans, which is actually a very native beans in Malaysia that we discover that is quite easily grown. Even you can grow it at home. So these are the kind of thing that he will share in this 2 days. And also various eco-friendly way of packing your tempeh. Yeah, so other than banana leaf, also this Daun Simple Air that is widely available around, even in the city, around city. You can easily find this wildly grown leaves, that is very, very suitable for wrapping our tempeh. And of course, some other ideas as well, So, Pak Agus, these are some of the local ideas that you can experiment with. But Pak Agus will also share with you, and Ibu Dwi, they will show you how you can wrap your tempeh in various forms and shapes. So you can actually have your very, very personalized branding for your tempeh. So just to share with you, right? So if you are new to tempeh, these are some of the tempeh that we make using Pak Agus two-steps fermentation process by ourselves and by some of the participants in our tempeh workshop. So you can see that successful fermentation is how it looks like. And these are some of the shapes that we have experimented with and using different beans. And also during the process, right, you especially in the 3 months of support that we offer after your Tempeh Ecopreneur programs is over, that's when you will probably really, go into a mini production process, and we will be guiding you through virtually, through the support that we give you, through pictures and through explanations, and we make sure that we will guide you step by step to make sure that your tempeh is eventually successful. So these are some of the tempeh that that we have experimented with. So that was like we call unsuccessful tempeh, and some of the tempeh looks like how do we identify tempeh that is actually successful, but to some in our eyes, right, it might look like a little bit off the mark. So we will also go through this journey with you, to identify what is so-called good tempeh that is successful, and some tempeh that maybe need some improvement. And in Pak Agus tempeh making process, right, the good news is there's no failed tempeh. So he will also share with you how you can keep redoing the tempeh until it's successful. So he called it the zero waste tempeh fermentation process. So he came up with this method over a lot of trial and tested process, because he really cherished the beans that is produced by the local farmer, and so he doesn't throw away the beans, even though it's so-called failed the first time. And his method actually guaranteed, right, that we can actually redo the tempeh for 2 times, 3 times, sometimes due to weather or some special reasons that he will share, until it becomes successful, especially when we are new to this tempeh making process. Okay. And another thing that he will also share, that which is what we learned with him as well in Jakarta over the 2 days, is he called it superfood tempeh. Okay, so what is this superfood tempeh? You can actually make tempeh with whatever superfood that you have at home, like any green food, spirulina, chlorella, any kind of superfood that you have sitting in your fridge. You can actually add it into your tempeh fermentation. Then you have this fermented superfood that is even more bioavailable when you use it to make your tempeh smoothie. Okay, and he also will share about how you can use some spices, local spices, and any spices that you have in your kitchen, to add into the tempeh making process. This is what I find quite fascinating. That is I guess it's he said that it's the percentage that count, that not too much, not too little, so you get the benefit of the flavor, but not overpowering the tempeh. And okay, this is the specialty of Ibu Dwi. Okay, so Ibu Dwi is actually a very good cook, and she's very, very good with plant-based cooking. And when we were there, right, she gave us this spread of paste, sauce, and dippings. Many ways that you can actually enjoy the tempeh, be it raw or cook. Okay, so this is what I find that is very important as a tempeh Ecopreneur. Not only that you need to learn how to make tempeh, you also need this skill of how to showcase the tempeh, how to share with people, how they can enjoy the tempeh that you are selling. Yeah. So also there is a possibility that maybe some of this process of some of these recipes or some of this culinary that you learn, right, could also be a business opportunity. Yeah. So this is some of the ways that Ibu Dwi will share, and he will, because she's Indonesian, yeah. So a lot of things that she will share with us are mostly the Indonesian and closer to our local taste, yeah. Okay, so for myself, okay, like Ning has introduced, right? One of the session that I will take on is called Nutrition and Life Force. Okay, so I'm most interested in how we can all become our own nutritionist. Yeah, so some of the things that I will cover during that one day session is tempeh as the, why is tempeh, why are we so crazy about tempeh? Yeah, so you can see that tempeh, I'll go through with you the nutritional facts of tempeh. As you can see here, the protein of tempeh is actually higher than even beef, which is considered the most nutritious meat. And also, of course, in terms of calcium, phosphorus, which is important for our, a lot of functions that we in our body. And also, the other thing that is most interesting is the iron content in tempeh. And we will share with you, right, how you can enjoy tempeh and get the most out of this plant-based iron. Yeah, this is actually statistics from USDA quite a number of years ago, but I think you can find a lot of different kind of comparison if you research online. And I will also share with you why is it that it's so important to ferment the soybean. Traditionally, if we observe, right, the way we eat traditionally, right, we don't, in our traditional food that is made of soybean, you notice that most of them, in fact, all of them are fermented. It's only in the recent years, with the hype of plant-based diet, right, people start to take soybean milk. In fact, it wasn't something that is so traditional in our diet. We always ferment the soybean, not just in our culture, also, the culture around the world, like in Japan, everything is, the soybeans are always fermented, like natto, soy sauce, miso, right? And fuyu, any other things that you can think of, mostly are fermented. And also in Korea, the soybean paste, they are all fermented, over a period of time. Okay, so we will share about why is it that is so important, and how does this life force connects to Tempeh Ecopreneur, right? So you will be, by understanding what is life force, you will be so confident in marketing your tempeh. Yeah, the tempeh that is made of organic beans, that is made of beans that local beans. Yeah. So because when we choose the beans that is grown with correct the suitable farming method, namely organic or biodynamic, right? You can actually observe how this life force works. Yeah. So this, we will go through this in our nutrition workshop as well. And also we will go through how to read food labels. Okay, so because we will be labeling our tempeh, as an ecopreneur, you will label your tempeh, right? So it's good to learn to read what is in other food ingredients label as well. So when you are buying things off the shelf, it will be interesting that how food are made, and then why is it that in Kongsi Academy and Rasa Masa we are so into promoting this skill of artisans make tempeh and any other kind of food. Yeah, because we are paying for a lot of things that you know, that wasn't in our plan. Yeah, when we are buying packaged food. Okay, so this is a skill, yeah, that we can learn, and we can also share with the customers that will be buying your tempeh as well. And one of the things that you will experience in the nutrition workshop is some practical work, particularly in food tasting. Yeah. So a lot of us maybe already buying organic. Yeah. So are you already buying organic? Can I have a show of hands who are already buying organic? Or if you are already buying organic, so maybe even if you are not, or if you are, one of the things that we always feel you know, doubtful is that how do I know this is organic or not? Because we pay more for organic. Yeah. So is there a way to identify what is organic and what is not? Yeah. So rather than relying on tools or expensive expensive equipment, yeah, to test the produce for residues and all that, yeah, it would be better if we become the tool, yeah, ourselves, right? It would be good that if eventually we can train ourselves to be able to identify whether the product that we paid for is truly organic or grown in a natural way, yeah, without chemicals, without any harm to the environment and to the living beings, right? That would be quite nice, right? So this is one thing that I will share as well during the workshop. Is we will do a lot of tasting. Yeah, we will taste like different types of veggie, fruits, juice. Yeah, to activate this ability in us to become the tool ourselves, to identify what are the food that are full of life force, which are the one that drain our life force. Okay. And another thing that I will also share in the nutrition workshop is what are the food that connects us to our spirit. Yeah, our spirit, as in like beyond this physical, like how we think. Yeah, do you think that what we eat affects what we think? Do we know that? Yeah. So actually what we eat does have a very direct relationship to how we think and what we think. And we know that, right? Thinking actually creates our reality. Yeah. So if we want to have a very good thinking, then we need to know what are the food that helps us in our thinking and also how we feel, right? So why is it that, you know, certain food actually brings up certain mood in us, or certain mood that can be positive, can be negative. Yeah. So why is it that sometimes we need a bit of happy food? Yeah, when we are down. So these are the kind of thing that yeah, I will share during that nutrition workshop. Okay, so that is about my introduction, and I will warmly welcome you, yeah, to join us and also to share this out as well. It is truly my dream, yeah. Every home, they should be at least you know, someone who is interested in fermentation, any kind of fermentation. And to me, tempeh is easy to learn, and you know, and I can't say that it's easy to master, yeah, but it's not so difficult to make at home. But if you want to be a tempeh ecopreneur that sells your product as a artisanal tempeh products, right? Then you know, the coaching by Agus and Ibu Dwi, I think is very valuable. In fact, I'm very looking forward to this class as well, because the last time was in 2020, yeah, so almost 3 years. And we have been sharing what we have learned, what we thought we have learned. Yeah. So this is the time that we can reconnect and perhaps also together pick up some new skill from these two beautiful souls. Yeah, that is very, very happy that they can actually come to Malaysia to meet our friends in Malaysia, and some are already making tempeh and some are new. So hope to see you. I will hand over to Ning.
Thank you so much, Kelly. That was very nourishing already, isn't it? For those of you that haven't encountered tempeh yet, I hope just now that sharing was enough to make your saliva stimulated, because mine was already. So up next, I will invite Kongsi Ho. He is one of the founders of Kongsi Co-op back when it was still very up in the air, and through his experience of trial and error. So he will be sharing with us why he is a Ecopreneur tutor, as well as what he will be sharing with you throughout this workshop. So over to you, Siu-Ho.
Again, thank you very much, Ning, for your brief introduction of myself. So today, I'll be giving a 10 minutes to talk about ecopreneurship, and the title for my side of work during days, right, would be becoming an associative entrepreneur. So a little bit of my background, why it makes so much of interesting things and exciting things to me to venture into this field. So some brief introduction about myself is I am a graduated engineering student. So back in 2012. However, back in those days, right, I felt that maybe not so soon to become an engineer yet. So I ventured myself into the banking industry for almost 10 years. Short story is not because of I like the banking industry, it's just because that I started off thinking that venturing in myself in the banking industry as a working holiday. So nonetheless, the working holiday become like prolonged from 2 years to 10 years. So from there, I learned about many things about the banking industry. So at the end of the marks of my service with the bank, so I ended up took my MBA course and my Master of Science course to see that whether I can still value add myself in the banking line. But during the pandemic, I vowed myself to have a leap to start on a business together with a few familiar faces on our panel over here to work in a corporacy. So, but one thing that I feel excited about is why so many want to become a business owner or entrepreneur, and even now ecopreneur by themselves. Why not just have a good job like what I did before 10 years ago in the banking line, where everyone's saying that the banking job has a stable income, and then you would have hassle-free kind of income, and you just goyang kaki lah in Malaysian said to earn that decent income. But why you want to become an entrepreneur? And now having learning about the Tempeh, then you can become an ecopreneur by themselves. I think that's many advantage of being ecopreneur and also a business owner of yourself, that you have the time for yourself, you have the essential things that you can work around on your life. But of course, there's also not that happy moments when you're working through that process. I call it process because being an entrepreneur or ecopreneur is a lifelong process. So it is not saying that by learning know how to make Tempeh itself, then it's like you can have an overnight success. But you will need to go through different kind of phases and also understand a bit more kind of business element on how you want to build a sustainable ecopreneur. So through my journey in the banking industry and through my works with other colleagues building up a business now, so I also want to share some of my insights to you all. So when you want to become an ecopreneur, so what are the things that you might want to take into consideration? And during this 1-day workshop, right, I can help you to bash out some of the things that you may overlook, or some of the things that you may not aware of. And also, we can go in depth on why you want to start off with this journey. I can share with you my story during that time. So why I left the bank, and also why I started this business journey with other colleagues. But none to say that if you are working on your business and now you have that intention to see whether Tempeh business making is actually suitable for you, you may think about many things. How you want to start this business. First of all, perhaps you want to understand what is Tempeh. Of course, the best thing that understanding it is through signing up this Tempeh Ecopreneur course, so that you can at least understand what are the fundamentals of making a good Tempeh and building a workshop through this Tempeh making journey. But when you come to the field that you want to say that you want to build a business out of it, so what are the things that you want to look into? So during this 1-day workshop, I will actually go through with you some of the business component when you want to venture into this ecopreneurship. Some of the things that I will share with you, the insights will be how to understand financial bits and also accounting parts of your business. If you hear me correctly, I put it in different manner, a financial part and accounting part. During my 10 years of working, right, I've always been confused what is finance and what is accounting, and not need to say what is economics. Layman like me before, I always thought these three are the same. Financial equal to account equal to economics. But after that, right, I finally understand these three components, right, they are like a siblings, but they have some kind of unique sibling relationship, and sometimes I'll call them like a love-hate relationship. So for example, like accounting, you have to go through all those kind of meticulous processes that you have to like count every single cent. But when you come to finance, it talks about how you maximize or optimize your cash flow so that you can stay afloat of your business, and also understanding how you invest of your money part. And economy talks about how you want to allocate or optimize your resources that you can get from the market. So that is one major component by itself already. Then moving onwards, I will share about what is marketing, what is branding, and also I'll introduce a bit of creative parts of it. But of course, the creative part, I leave it to our teacher Cheng Yi, who will be talking about more on creative and the importance of creativity. And when I say important, it's really important because I am not a creativity person. So back then, I always thought that, oh, what's so important with creative? But after knowing that, right, with a good creativity, with a good branding, and also with the help of strategy marketing, you can actually make a very good and long-lasting business branding for your business. And also, the other important business component would be, we are talking about how you want to make the production and also R&D and operationalizing all your business component. So production, we'll talk about what is the process flow on making your products from sourcing, procurement of your raw materials. For example, if Tempeh, that means the raw materials we are talking is the beans, the rice, or even other ingredients that you can make Tempeh. And also, most importantly, is about the ragi. And throughout the production, what you need to look into and how you want to make, I like to call it a flowing production, where you may have a seamless production that you can upkeep your demand, your supply to match with your consumer demand. And also, operation is about how you work your business, optimize the operation so that it can flow in a piece. When we talk about operation, it's not only about the production on making the tempeh, but the operation is about how you want to set up your business, whether you have people working on your marketing side or not, whether you have the supply chain issue or not, those kind of things. And moving forward, when we have so many things moving together, right? So a few things that I also want to share about is what would be the people management that we are talking about. Do you want to hire people, and then how you want to hire people, and then whether it is a part-time, full-time, or any other collaboration with people on working your business success. And also, what are the process that you have to look into it, whether it is an IT process, whether it's a manual process, semi-automated process, and involving on different technology. And also, and beyond that is about the risk. Every good business, right, is actually is also a good risk management, require a good risk management skill, because you have to admit that everything comes with risk. But if you can understand and also mitigate all the risks, then we can actually understand how we can build a good business. And lastly, it's also about the stakeholder that we want to encounter to make this as an associative work to flourish our business. Moving onwards on that, during my banking experience, right, I also feel that one thing that I'd like to share with everyone is what is the organizational plan. So when I talk about organization plan, it's about how we want to work out on the hierarchy part, or from a vertical organization method or a horizontal organization method. So this is crucial when you have more people working for you. So to understand that bits, right, that means you are able to communicate with the people that you are working together within the business even better. And besides that, just now I talk about stakeholder, right? There's another word, it's called shareholder or partnership. Throughout this organization plan, I also will dissect and share some insight on some organization entity types with you all. And because if you want to create or build a business in Malaysia, so that means you need to understand what is a business legal entity, which means you have to understand a bit like what is sole proprietorship, what is partnership, what is Sendirian Berhad, Koperasi, Berhad. There's about 8 different company entities in Malaysia. So by understanding this, right, it helps you to understand better how you want to grow your business, how you want to position yourself. And because with these different legal entities, right, it will benefit your business when you are scaling up your businesses. And of course, the first 2 parts is about the extrinsic value that you can gain most from your ecopreneurship journey. But the most important part, I will go through with you on understanding yourself and understanding your ecopreneurship journey. Why you want to start this journey? If you look into different kind of news, there is a lot of a successful story happen on the newspaper, but I would say that is only 1% out of the many, many other ecopreneurship journey that you may see. It is not a most fructious one, but I would say it will definitely most memorable and also rewarding journey if you can work out carefully. During this session, right, I will go through together with you to talk about how you want to set a value proposition by having a basic understanding of business model canvas. And also I'll go with you the classic business template, which is the SWOT analysis with you. From there, you can understand better what you can do for yourself and also the community, and what kind of opportunity that you can seek throughout this ecopreneurship journey. And there's two more things that I would say that it is a must for everyone to learn about. Is about the 7 beacons and also the associative economics. The 7 beacons basically set you a wide range of understanding your value journey, understanding of intention, so that it can give you more strength and confidence to set sail on this journey. And the associative economy talks about how we want to balance out our different hats that you may wear during your ecopreneurship stories. So throughout these 3 components, the business components, the organization plan, and helping you to understand your ecopreneurship journey, I hope that during this Ecopreneur, Tempeh Ecopreneurship workshop, right, it will give you more insight and more confidence on starting this journey. So for that, thanks again for Ning and the team for me to share this moment for everyone, and I wish you a very good evening ahead. Thank you very much. Over to you, Ning.
Thank you, Siho. That was very comprehensive, and I think everyone has gone through the business workshop quite in depth already, right? Very interesting, and I'm also looking forward to attend as well as equip myself in these few components, because these are the things that we probably can also adopt it in our daily lives as well. It's not just for our businesses. And of course, next up, this is definitely something that we can adopt in our everyday life. Beauty is something that we can train ourselves into, and that's the power that we have always encountered with Cheng Yi. She's always turned something very simple into very beautiful, enticing, as well as attractive posters that we always want to go and look back into. And we also very proud of having her on board, because her work has always been valuable for us. Her presence has always been very valuable for us as well in finding our voices through her eyes. So I pass the ball over to Cheng Yi, our design master.
Hello, everyone. Well, seems like Siu Ho's one has a lot of theory part, but when it comes to my part, it's a lot of practical. So I will share my screen. Okay, I have been a graphic designer for over 10 years, and in the past 7 years, I've been on my own as a freelance graphic designer. So I have my own clients, and throughout my journey as a graphic designer, I've been introduced by friends to some of the small businesses. They will come to me to look for logo designs or packaging designs or posters designs and all that. And most of the time, these small businesses, they don't have a lot of budget to spend money on logo design. They would expect maybe a design is cost maybe only a few hundreds, but it's actually not just that. So because after so many encounters with these small businesses, I decided that why not I guide them into doing their own logos, doing their own branding identity, so that they also, because they know they are the person that owns the brand, they know what the uniqueness. Okay, I'll go into what you will get from this workshop. So I will guide you into finding your brand uniqueness, and also I will guide you to create your own logo by because most of the time, what I personally like to do is my clients are mostly they do things by their own hands. So from that, I also like to hand drawn their logos. I will show you some examples later. So what I will be guiding you is maybe you can also use your own hands to draw your own logo. So besides this, I will also teach you how to use your logo, how to apply your logo in different types of branding identity that you may need. For example, your business cards or your packaging, your labels. So in this workshop also, I will also teach you how to use simple tools like maybe on Canva, or maybe even slide PowerPoint slide to create your own label. Some very simple tools that you can do it on your own. Besides that, because it's only 10 to 4 and it'll be all mostly hands-on work that I will guide you through. We will do a lot of brainstorming, and you will do your own handwork, and we will discuss along the way. And at the end of this, I will do a little bit of sharing on eco-friendly packaging, because from my experience as a graphic designer, I usually I will advise my clients to use less wasteful ways of doing their designs, or for example, in the labels, or in the packaging, or in the printing. For example, in printing, usually I will look for eco-friendly paper and also eco-friendly printing. So what are those? So I will explain that more in the workshop itself. So maybe now I will show you some of the works that I've done before. This is a smoothie label for my friend Achun. So I get a character from his portrait and make it into a logo. So this is the product. This is how I apply the logo into the label. And this is actually a home cook business. So the brand is G Kitchen, and he uses my friend. His name is Jimmy. So he uses a lot of grill method in cooking his food. So this is like, you know, the grill lines and some fire. So here are some of the applications of the logo and the colors. So I would talk to you about branding identity, which is like choosing your colors, your fonts, and all that you can apply throughout your labels, your packaging, and your design, so that it is your brand identity. And this is if you already have your logo, maybe I can help you to take a look and see if we can enhance it to look better, to simplify, or to bring out more of the character of your brand. And sometimes I will advise my clients to use maybe less plastic, more eco-friendly packaging. And this one, Katrina, her name is Katrina, and she is a hairstylist and makeup artist. She wanted to, when she approached me, she knew that she cannot afford to spend on logo design. So she only asked for my advice. So this is what make me want to do this kind of workshop actually. Because I can actually guide her what to do instead of help her do it and charge her for what she cannot afford. So in exchange, because she also want to contribute back to some of my help, in exchange to this, she gave me a free, not a free, it's an exchange of hair treatment. It's also to start her business. So this is what I think I'm involved in, the associative economics. It's the barter system. And I also helped her painted this signboard. This is a piece of wood, reclaimed wood, that is contributed by our artisan friend, Akit-san. So he found me a piece of wood, and I also I helped to just paint this, and Akit-san helped to install the signboard. So it's simple and quite nice, right? So after I gave her the logo, so she can apply it on her own to like the menu and the posters, and also other marketing materials that she needs in the shop. So this is what these are the things that I can guide you through to apply. So here are the three main things that you will learn in the workshop with me. Okay, back to you, Ning.
Thank you so much, Tengi. That was very enticing, and simple, but yet jam-packed with a lot of value from what we can see. The most important is that we will be empowered by having this skill, this new skill of actually designing our own logo as well as our own branding material. So the first 2 days would be conducted by our Tempeh teacher, Agus Tempe, Agus and Ibu Dwi, on the 13th and 14th on making tempeh. And so you will be able to equip yourself hands-on, and also the creativity of making, creative dishes that would define you as a artisan. And followed by our 3 tutors on associative economics, excel in business, nutritional and life force, as well as brand identity. So there is one date that we will be confirming once you are on board next week. So to reiterate what you will be getting. So as an entrepreneur, as a ecopreneur, we also want you to be able to kickstart straight away. That's why here we will be sharing with you a Tempeh starter kit. And here with this, you basically can straight away start your first tempeh already. And then, of course, the know-how of making tempeh from scratch, as well as making it into a production, like what our Pak Agus, our teachers, are doing already since the year 2012, producing they've already sent it out to their clients already. So that's how confident they are in producing their tempeh. So we hope that through learning from them, we will be able to gain this kind of skill set that they've accumulated for more than a decade. And also the variety of beans that we'll be using hands-on. That's something that what Kelly has mentioned. This is would define us as a local brand as well, because there's so many legumes and beans as well as these seeds that are still waiting to be explored locally, that we can actually encourage more farmers to plant. Then we don't have to just rely on import of these organic beans. Creative tempeh recipes, of course, will be from Ibu Dwi, because she's actually already asking us what sort of ingredients we are able to find for her, and she's already starting to think what's on the menu for you. And of course, green packaging ideas, like what Tani also mentioned, it's not just the design, but also how we package our product that can be not just environmental friendly, but also saves your buck. So these are the things that we hope that together we can brainstorm and see how we can create this sort of ethical businesses that is sustainable. And of course, we'll also be giving out the Rasamasa ebook uh, produced by the Rasamasa team, duo Kelly and Samantha over the lockdown. And inside are beautiful 60 pages of a step-by-step of making tempeh, as well as recipes that are so easy and delicious that you can just start making and selling also if you want to. And of course, what you'll be getting away is successful fermentation. We cannot reiterate this more, because having so many support, this is what intentionally what we want for you is to have a successful tempeh fermentation uh, that you can actually share out to your community. As you can hear from our three speakers already, they are experienced tutors that have been through the ups and downs themselves, and also gathered all the experiences that they are very happy and very willingly to share with you, because ultimately that is the intention of our Ecopreneur um, culture. By sharing, we will be able to adopt a much more environmental friendly as well as a much more ethical way of doing businesses, because we believe that doing business doesn't require us to just, reap resources. We can do it in an associative manner that takes care of the people, takes care of the soil as well as nature. And also, as you would be hearing a bit from us also, Kongsi Co also provides a platform in connecting you as an artisan with trusted organic raw ingredient suppliers. This is something that we're very proud of, because there are we need more organic farmers in the country also. But if we don't have more artisans that can transform their food into it, then it's much more difficult to request such a big amount from them. And also why we are so confident in that your business can work is because there is a existing market that we have already that are interested in this way of living and in a sustainable and organic way of lifestyle. And you can also debut your business through our market days at Kongsi Co-op's Recycle Day. So the next one coming up will be on the 16th of September. This is the theme under Buy Local Market. So these are the kind of markets that we are trying to connect consumers as well as producers and artisans like yourself. Or even if you have no clue what you want yet, we can also give this a try, because ultimately this is what we want, a lifelong development in humans. And of course, if you feel that doing a business is not for you yet, it's okay. On the 12th of September, we also have a hands-on and food tasting activity together with Pak Agus and Ibu Dwi, where you will be getting a demonstration from the various beans, as well as tasting what Ibu Dwi has installed for us. This one will happen on the 12th of September, and it's open to all. It's a much more bigger group compared to our Tempeh Ecopreneur, which we are only accepting 10 Ecopreneurs, because we want it to be very personal, as well as we want it to be a 3 months support that we can also manage. So last but not least, if you would like to learn more about what Kongsi Co-op is doing, then you can join us at our green carpet session. So pick a date and then join us and enjoy a organic meal that is often prepared very creatively by our team. And we hope that you'll be able to gain more through these days sharing of learning what kind of community that we want to live in. Our highest endeavor must be to develop free human beings who are able of themselves to impart purpose and direction to their life. The need for imagination, a sense of truth, and a feeling of responsibility. These three forces are the very nerve of education. So thank you everyone for staying with us tonight. And we hope that if you feel there's anyone that you can envision joining this workshop as well as the one-day workshop, please don't hesitate to share with them because it's very rare that we can get our teacher all the way from Indonesia in person and being able to share with us hands-on practical experiences.